Hello all. Today we are going to see some of the basics about the PHP. So the PHP is basically server-side programming language. So in addition to the PHP, there are several server-side technologies or frameworks or languages are existed. These are some of the examples along with the PHP. Servlet is there, JSP is there, stands for Java Server Page. Ruby and Rails, ASP.NET, Python, Perl, these are some of the server-side programming languages or technologies. So to run the server-side programming language, we require the web servers. So there are many web servers are there like Apache, Tomcat, Glassfish, something like that. So what this web server will do is it takes the request from the client and process it and send the responses to the web request. So each language or technology framework, it has its own advantages and disadvantages. So now our basic objective of this session is use of this PHP for server-side programming. What is PHP? PHP stands for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor, and it is a server-side scripting language. So what is the benefit of PHP is it is used to create dynamic web pages or websites. So dynamic means depending on the user input, output will get changes. And also dynamic websites web page contains authentication. It requires the authentication from the user. That means only a valid user can access the website. PHP code can be embedded in HTML code, and there is a specific procedure is there to use PHP code in HTML code. So during this course we will learn how to embed HTML code in PHP. Similarly, we can embed PHP code in HTML also. And what is the importance of PHP? Still there are many server-side languages are existed like JSP, Servlet, Ruby and Rails, ASP.NET. So what is the advantage? Why we have to go for this PHP? First of all, it is free and open source. So you need not to pay anything to have PHP enabled services, and also it is compatible and supported by many popular web servers. There are many built-in functions are there, so that the number of lines in a code will be reduced. We can easily call those functions. We need not write the lengthy code to achieve any specific task, and easy syntax to use those functions, and of course it is easy to learn as well as the use. So this is the basic structure how a PHP file looks like. So the extension of the PHP file is filename.php, and within this less than percentile PHP, less than question mark PHP and question mark greater than, we write the PHP content. So whatever included between this less than question mark PHP and question mark greater than, that is treated as a PHP code. So the block of lines that are begin with this and end with this. We call as a PHP code. So let's see what is required to set up the PHP. For C programming, we require the C compiler. For Java, we require the JVM. So in a similar fashion, what is required for the PHP? So what is the required setup for PHP is, first of all, we can run PHP over Windows or Linux or Mac machines. So what is required if you want to run this PHP over Windows machine? You need to have this Xampp setup, where W stands for Windows, A stands for Apache, My stands for MySQL and PHP. So this Xampp suite is required if you want to run over the Windows. Here Windows is an operating system, Apache is a web server, MySQL is a database. PH stands for PHP. And similarly, if you want to run a Linux based machine, you need to have this Xampp setup. Linux, A stands for Apache, M stands for MySQL, P stands for PHP here. Other than this Xampp and Xampp, there is one more suite is there, that is Xampp. So Xampp can be installed over Windows, Linux, Mac. Actually, it is a cross platform. You can install on any machine and you can make use of this. So again, in Xampp, A, Apache, P, PHP, and next P is Perl, M is MySQL. So the Xampp is recommended as it is easy to use, and there are few editors are required like Notepad, Gedit, VI, Vim. Other than this, you can use the NetBeans also, you can use Eclipse also, Dreamweaver also there, and Dreamcoder is there, Edit Place is there, many such editors are there. Visual Source Code is also there. So here throughout this session I use the Gedit. I have not set up remaining this. Better to use any well-known editors like in NetBeans or Visual Source Code, so that the development time will be reduced. Then how to install now, throughout this session I am using a Linux machine, and I will demo basic examples through the Linux machine only. I have the Ubuntu operating system here. How to install this Xampp in Linux? So for installing this Xampp, you should have a Xampp installer that you should have. For this, for installing, first log in as a super user, give the password, then your installer should have executable permission, so change it like this with this command and run your installer like this /filename.run. After successful installation, to launch the PHP, first you have to start all the services. Open the terminal. This is the terminal. Already I have installed this. In case of Ubuntu, this is the way: sudo chmod +x, then the Xampp installer. You have to, for installation, this is the command, and after successful installation you have to start all the services, so that Apache, MySQL will be started. This is the way: sudo /opt lamp start, and give the password. Some warnings are there, ignore that for a moment. So now all the services are started. These are the two important services, Apache and MySQL. Then to check whether it is running or not, open the web browser and simply start. Just type this localhost. Let's see. Yeah, so now you are getting this dashboard. It means your Xampp is installed and all the services are running properly. To launch the database, that is phpMyAdmin, it is a graphical user interface of your MySQL. This is the way. So it is easy to access the database, creating a database, inserting table and performing the basic operations of the database using this phpMyAdmin. So this is a little introduction about the PHP and how to install the Xampp and how to launch it. And in the next session we will see some of the basic programs. Thank you for watching this.